Hey, what's going on, my people? It's your girl, Rada Creator, coming back with another one. So I hope everybody had a lovely week. This today, I'm not gonna do a weekend review. I'm gonna do what happened last night. This was literally last night instead of this morning. It actually was this morning because when I woke up and I just remember when I actually looked at the clock, it was 2:09, but I've been up before that. So I'm going to get into what happened to me. Not what happened to me, what I dreamt. I feel like these babies be reaching out, trying to get their side or story across. And it's still a little girl that I have yet to find out who that is yet. But God and the ancestors helped me find out who Elijah was. But um, I should have already planned on how I'm gonna tell it and how I'm gonna organize it. But I think I'm gonna tell the girl's story first because I'm gonna tell it the way it was dreamt. So I'm gonna um, talk about the dreams. They were two dreams. They were about two people, but it was one dream. And so I was the actual um, girl. And with Elijah, I literally was looking on like, I don't know. I can't even explain it because it could have been me looking on, but it could have not been me looking on. So I don't know. But yeah, I'll get into that in a minute. So I don't know if it's because the last thing I was talking about was parents and guardians and authoritative figures being vigilant of your children's responses to people and making sure you keep them in the safest care, the paying attention to the looks in their eyes and all that. And I even had a side conversation with someone about literally that they can see when a child is being abused or is in some type of trouble. They could see it in their eyes, and I could see all that. I could see anything you name. I probably could see it. I ain't gonna say everything, but almost everything. Let's say that. So, so I'm gonna get into my dream, and then I'm gonna get into a discussion to reiterate what I said the last live about the children because I believe it's connected. I don't believe it's an accident that the next time I dreamt it was about children because I believe they was listening to that live. So anyway, so and let's get into it. Welcome, whoever that is. Good to see you. So anyway, so last night going into this morning, probably somewhere between 12 and 2. So um I was dreaming and I was outside of this house. I assume it was my house, but I was a little girl. So I assume it was my house. It wasn't my real actual house. So I was a little girl. So anyway, and I was not the color that I am. I was European. Okay. So um I'm trying to find out what's her name, but I'm gonna describe everything to you. So I believe that she had dark hair. Even though I didn't see her hair, I knew she had dark hair up under her hat. So I'll get into that a little later. She is European. She has freckles on her face, but she has brunette. She's a brunette. Okay, dark brown hair that if it's in a certain light and it looks black. So yeah. But anyway, so and she is, I believe, anywhere from the ages of 9 to 11, I believe. But I was told by the ancestors that she's 9. But if she is 9, she's really big for 9. She's like she's gonna be really tall. Like she's really tall for 9. So she looks 11 to me. So anyway, so let's start with hers because that was the first one I had a dream about. So I dreamt that I was this little girl, and I'm not gonna say where the ancestors told me that she's from because I haven't been able to prove it yet. So I'm just gonna say that I dreamt that I was this little girl. I'm trying to find out if it's a missing girl that looks like what I just said from any place that is on the East Coast or from the East Coast to the Midwest up north, okay? But up north where it can get cold at because it was cold. So anyway, I dreamt that I was this little girl, a 9-year-old girl, so I'm told. She was neglected by her mother. Her mother did not mother her. She was kind of forced to uh, be her own mother and father, even though she had a good father. But sometimes the way the system goes, it usually gives power to the mom. And if you can't literally catch her on videotape and bring it to the courts or whatever to prove that she's not a good mom, then usually the custody will remain in the mom's hand. You have to go through great lengths to take a child away from their mom. So, but she was an unfit mom. She stayed high on, I believe, pills. It could be Heroin. I don't know if that one is spelled with the E on the end or not, but you know what I'm talking about. The one that's a needle used for it. So anyway, so it was either pills or it was that, the needle drug. So anyway, so um she always was crashed out, just sleep wherever. Like this baby, I had the feeling from this dream that this baby raised herself. She made sure she ate. She got herself up for school. She did everything herself. And so I was sitting out on the step. It was nighttime though. But the thing is, I blame that parent because she's never around to tell her what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. You did not tell her not to go out at night because you be too busy passed out all the time. So she be mothering herself. She don't know what's right and wrong. So I feel like she makes sure she get to school every day. Like her mom is passed out as usual. She wakes herself up. She gets herself out to school. So anyway, with that being said, so I was on these steps. So I was on these steps and on my, I think it's her steps, her slash my steps. And it's only like 7 steps to go from the ground to the house. I think that's important to the location of where this is. Cause I don't see too many houses like that, you know? But all I know is it's up north. And they got really small sidewalks. It's really really small. Like it's not a lot of space. Like so, people from New York would say that about people from Philly. They say Philly got really small sidewalks, but it's smaller than Philly sidewalks. It's like barely anywhere to step. I feel like if you are, let's say 5'7", if you took 2 steps, you are out on the street. So that's how small the sidewalk is, from her step to the side to the street. So anyway, I was sitting out on the step as her. So I had this black shoestring and I had this blue shoestring. And when I say blue, I mean like North Carolina blue. That's for the sports people. They know what I'm talking about. Like a North Carolina blue, that color blue. So a blue or a little more deeper blue, but that more along the lines is what I'm talking about. It looks like. So, um, so like a North Carolina blue string and then a black shoestring. And I was gonna put them simultaneously in my boot and literally lace them up, but in the same boot. Like I don't know why I just was trying to. So this is her. This is her frame of mind thinking. So I don't know why she slash I was trying to match my hat. So she had on her winter hat when she went out. She was sitting on her top step, and so at this time, I'm trying to lace up these boots. It was black boots. I don't know if they was Timberland, but they look like old school black Timberland boots. That's what they look like. Not before the steel toe, the other kind. It looked like that. So That's what she had. And now I'm assuming this is a place that gets really cold because she had on her winter hat, which was blue and black, just like the shoestrings that she had. So let me see if I'm supposed to be adding something else to this because I wrote it down so I won't forget. Um. So anyway, um. Yeah. So her hat was the type of hat that has a ball at the top of the hat, like those winter hats with the ball at the top, and at the bottom it has the two strings that hang down. So the strings had a really weird design. Kind of reminds me of the stuff I think we used to call it gimp. And you make design girls make designs and make keychains with this stuff, like how we design little different. I don't remember if that's the exact name of it or not, but it sounds like that. But that's kind of how the design of her strings that hang down from the hat were, but it was like a cotton hat. So, um, so yeah, I said that for a reason because then all of a sudden I looked down at the bottom of her gate. You know how people have a gate that I mean, like a roll down gate where you could hold on to, railing rather, where you can hold on to get up the steps or whatever. So I look at the bottom of her railing, the very last one down near the pavement, and one of her strings from her hat literally was laying across it, like at the bottom of the thing. It could be missed if you wasn't paying attention. So it was like a little string from her hat was the thing that she ties it underneath her chin. It was hanging on the bottom of the Rodin gate at the bottom where the steps turn into the pavement. Right there, it was hanging. So as soon as I saw that, it was like I knew slash saw that somebody snatched her. So I'm gonna say everything I say is allegedly, but usually my dreams are reality. That's crazy. That sounds like somebody in my house. So anyway, so my dreams are usually reality. So so as soon as I looked at that string, I seen that somebody snatched her, like literally, like sh- somebody that she knew. Also, it's somebody she knew, but not from her mother's way. It was from her father's way. I don't know how I know all this. It's almost like with seeing this happen in the dream, all of this information comes along with it, if that makes sense. So it's like you have a knowingness about stuff that you wasn't even shown. It's so weird. So as soon as I seen that string, I seen somebody snatch her into a car and grabbed her by the ball of her hat. That's how the string broke and fell across the bottom of her railing, or somebody picked it up and put it across the bottom of her railing. So anyway, um, also, I felt like it wasn't somebody from around her mother's way. It was somebody from around her father's way. I don't know what that means, but she was about 9 years old, European, got freckles on her face, brunette hair. Um, and am I forgetting anything? Oh, okay. So, the man that grabbed the ball, okay, okay. So I said all of that. So now I'm about to go into when I was trying to find out about her. So, I went to try to find out about her because I had another dream, but I'm gonna talk about when I went to try to find out about her. I had a vision. This is why I'm awake now to try to envision where she is because the ancestors was trying to feed it to me, if that makes sense. That's for the gifted people. So I saw a black van. I saw a van, like the girl was being kept in the van. Like this is where the girl was being kept. And the person, um, should I say their race? Yeah. So the person was a Latino man that took her. Should I say his occupation? No. Okay. So no. Okay. So the person was a Latino man that took her. Now he lived in a house or an apartment or but he literally kept her in a van. I don't even know, was this van parked near his house? No. So the van was a parked near his house. He kept her in a van and he had her and it was a black van. It's like an old school van. It's so old that it's like rounded off, if that makes sense. That's for older people that know what I'm talking about. It was a rounded off van because nowadays vans don't be rounded off. They be more squarish in their shape. So anyway, um, yeah, but it was a black van. So, ooh, was I supposed to say that? No. Oh no 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 no. Okay okay. So anyway, so I already said the description of her, and is there anything else I was supposed to say? All right. So that's what I got as far as information on the baby girl. If anybody has any information on a little girl who looks to be between the ages of 9 and 11, or has heard about a girl from up north where it's cold at, because that's why she had on her winter hat and that's why she had on her boots and everything. So it's a place that gets cold. So I'm assuming it's up north. But if anybody has heard of a little girl, brunette, looks to be between 9 to 11 years old. Um, her brunette hair comes past her shoulder. Um, and she has freckles on her face. And had last was seen with a blue and black winter hat. Um, with the kind with the ball on top and the two strings that hang down and you tie the strings under your chin. Please let me know. Get in my comments. Let me know because I'm trying to find out who she is. I'll probably find out before the next time I do the next live. But if anybody gets any information before that, I would appreciate it. Also, I wanted to say that um, I remember when I was saying the girl was neglected because her mom was an addict. The one thing I did not mention about the dream that I meant to, the now the girl was, I think I did say it, but the girl was outside at nighttime. It was around midnight. She was sitting on her top step. Now, the reason why she was out there is because her mother has never taught her not to be out at night because she's never awake or aware of what is going on for this little girl to know that's wrong to do. So I just wanted to bring that up. But if you heard about any little girl that fits this description, please hop in my comments. Give me the name in my comments so I can look her up and see is this who I saw. Because I was like the girl. A lot of the times when I have dreams about people, I might be in seeing through their eyes, but it goes in and out. For a minute I might be seeing through their eyes, and then a minute I might be me. Or I might be my literal spirit. Like if, but anyway, that's for the gifted. But anyway, let's move on to the next dream. So the next dream, I was able to find out who this was, but it all was in one dream. It's just that it was separated. Like this one was about the girl, and now this one was about who I found out to be baby Elijah. So this is a continuation of the, now it's switched to another dream about Elijah. So he is a little boy that's around 3 years old. I didn't know this was Elijah yet, so I said he looked to be between 3 and 4 years old. I knew that, and I knew he at the oldest he was 4 because of the way he talked. I just cannot explain it, but the way he talked, I just knew he at the oldest he was 4 because he wasn't making clear words. And so every once in a while, he would say things that you feel like it didn't come from him. Now, before I researched his story, I thought it was actually coming from the Most High Divine God because it was like the things that he said, it just was too mature for a 3-year old at the most 4 to know these words or to even think like this. So you knew it wasn't coming from him, that it was coming from someone else, even if it was something he heard. But no matter what, it was not his actual thoughts being projected because he's only a baby. So he had said something. So let me see. So earlier in the dream, he was somewhere, which I don't know if it was in my house or if it was in somebody else's house, but he had said something. I really believe it was somebody else's house. But he said something, and a person was like, "What did you say?" And the baby didn't know what he said because this is not his words, he don't know what he said or what was right or what was wrong to say. He don't even know. He was not paying attention. He was just repeating what he heard, because at that age, that's kind of what kids do, repeat what they hear. So he's like, "What?" When she said, "What you say?" He like, "What I say?" And then so then he went back to doing his little thing or whatever. So then later in the dream, then he appears in my bedroom. But this is my dream, but it's like I'm awoke and I'm not in my bed. I'm somewhere else, but I'm watching him do this. If It's weird. But anyway, I believe, well, I'm gonna get into that later. So he was in my mirror. So my closet has full length mirrors on it. So he was in the littlest full length mirror. And so he was like swaying back and forth. I mean, swaying side to side. And he had a juice box. So I knew he was young. He had a juice box. He was sipping his little juice box. And he was like, and he said something. He repeated something that this is the same type of thing that I wasn't sure if it was from God or was it from something he heard. But once I heard his story, it helped me put it together more. I should have played the story first and then went into the dream second, but I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm gonna go back to the dream after I play what I have on him. So, so when he said this thing that was something that was repeated, he was saying something that he heard. I noticed did not come from his baby. And so it just woke me up. I did not know if that was like God trying to tell me something or God trying to tell somebody else something. I just did not know if it was from God, if it was from something he heard. But now I'm about to get into um am I going to talk about the intuition now or later? I'll wait. I'm gonna wait on the intuition part. I'm gonna play the part about him. All right, so let's get into this about him. Hopefully the commercial don't come out, but yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Let's start from the beginning. And still no sign of 3-year-old. Wait a minute. It's been 2 weeks and still no sign of 3-year-old Elijah Vu. With a search for the missing Wisconsin boy still underway, the community has not lost hope. As police expand their search for Elijah, here's what we know about the toddler's disappearance. Elijah Vu was last seen on February 20th at a home in Two Rivers, Wisconsin. Now, according to officials, the boy's mother sent him to that home so he could learn to, quote, be a man. Elijah's mother, 31-year-old Katrina Bauer, left her son in the care of a 39-year-old man named Jesse Vang. Vang told authorities that he was trying to correct Elijah's bad behavior, adding that the 3-year-old was afraid of him. Vang said he used timeouts to discipline Elijah, where he was forced to stand for 1 to 3 hours and required to pray. Documents also said Vang forced Elijah to take a cold shower and regularly threatened him with cold water for not complying. The boy's mother told police she left Elijah with Vang on February 12th and intended to pick him up on February 23rd. But on February 20th, Vang called police and reported Elijah missing. He told police he had taken a nap that morning and brought Elijah in the bedroom with him. But when he awoke about 3 hours later, the boy was gone. Both Vang and Bauer were charged in connection with Elijah's disappearance, though they claimed they had nothing to do with it.
As for their charges, Bauer was hit with one felony count of party to a crime child neglect and two misdemeanor counts of resisting or obstructing an officer. Vang was also charged with one felony count of party to a crime child neglect. As the search for Elijah continues, officials have provided updates to the public. On February 27th, the FBI announced a $15,000 reward for anyone with information leading to Elijah's return. On March 4th, Wisconsin authorities revealed that a car of interest had been identified in the search for Elijah. Police say the 1997 four-door beige Nissan Altima is in their possession. They confirm the car has a Wisconsin license plate that begins with an A and ends with a 0, but have not released the name of the car's owner. In the latest update, police said that they will be expanding their rural search efforts on March 5th. The large-scale search will be performed with assistance from law enforcement across the state.
Okay. So first, I want to ask the ancestors something about that car while it's on my mind. Is that car, does that have anything to do with what happened to Elijah? No. Okay. Nope. Okay. Just making sure. So, God and ancestors said that car has nothing to do with what happened to Elijah. But now, let me tell you something that I saw. So, now, God and the ancestors told me that this baby was in Wisconsin. I didn't know I was looking for Elijah. I knew that I thought I was looking for the girl. That the girl came, the baby girl, the 9-year-old girl, that she was in Wisconsin. But what happened was when I put in missing child or whatever, it took me to Elijah. And so for some reason I just looked because that was the most stories that popped up. And when I looked and saw his picture, I was like because I literally felt like this was him. So let me tell you what I saw. So on my picture, the thumbnail that I used for this live, on the far right, the picture on the right, that's kind of how his hair was. I was trying to describe this to God and ancestors so I could get some type of assistance or help because they don't see what I see in the dreams. And the baby came to me, come to find out, these two babies showed me this because they wanted me to know their side. So with Elijah, he he was there in my mirror, but he literally was like, I know it don't make sense because he would be inside my house, but it was like something was glowing on him, like the sun was shining on him, which leads me to believe that he was coming to me from the light, from the heavens. Because the only time I've ever seen a glow like that is when someone is from the heavens. I'm sorry to be a bearer of bad news, but that's what I believe. And also from what was said, I believe that this woman did not leave her child to make him be a man. I believe she sold her child to that man for a certain amount of time. I don't know if she an addict or what, but you got to be crazy to give your child to a random stranger. I believe she sold her child, and they had a set time when she was supposed to go get him. And I also believe, because I was questioning a lot of stuff. Let me see. Let me see what else I got up here on this piece of paper. So yeah. So yeah, she was Elijah was sent there by the mom. That's right. Okay. And she trying to make it like and but she trying to make it like to become a man. No, I believe she sold him there for this man to do whatever he want, and he doing all this foolishness, making that baby take cold showers, all types of torture. And that's a shame. And I also feel like this man, the guy Vang, I don't know what his first name is, but his last name is Vang. I think he is a serial Killer. Okay? I think he is. And I think what happened was, I'm about to get into it more, and this is what all connects full circle with my dream. So, what Elijah kept saying, I don't know if he was saying the same thing or both of the times when the lady said, "What did you say?" But I'm going to get into that in a minute. But yeah, so the last time, what he said, he was repeating what Vang said to one of his victims. Okay? He said this to her before he mutilated and took her life. Okay? So Elijah might not have witnessed him take, I hope he did not witness that, him taking her life, but he witnessed or heard, was an audio witness, and heard him say something to one of these victims. And I don't know if this is the same woman. No, it can't be the same woman. Because also, remember I said that he said this to somebody else, not just in front of me. He said this in front of somebody else. And the woman was like, "What did you say?" Now, when he said this, I believe he repeated it because it was already another victim before this woman. This woman was Vang's future victim. Okay. And I think that um Elijah repeating what he said, what the man Vang said, the woman was like, "What did you say?" And he didn't know what he said. He don't even know what he's supposed to focus on to say what he said. He was just repeating and just being a kid. Okay. So uh he was trying to warn her, but he don't really know how to warn somebody as a child. He was just repeating what he heard. And if she would have listened up and thought something was crazy about that, she could have got out of there with her life. But by the time she realized why Elijah said that, I guarantee you it was too late. I guarantee you it was too late. Also, I want to say he was a great kid. I don't like that they was trying to say, oh, because on another channel they said they sent him to teach him how to behave. And I'm like, what? Behave? Like, he was a great kid. He was not running wild, climbing up curtains or nothing. He wasn't acting crazy. He was a calm little boy, just doing little boy things. And he was just in the mirror with his juice box. You know what I'm talking about? The little boy juice, the little baby juice box that the little kids have with the box and the straw that you put the straw on the top. And he was just drinking his juice. And he said what he repeated to the lady. I think this is the same thing, but I'm not 100% sure. I just remember he said something else that made the lady stop and say, "What did you say?" So I don't know if it was the same exact thing that he said in my mirror or if it was something similar. But by the end of seeing what happened with the Vang guy, I understood he was repeating what he heard Vang say. And once he repeated that in front of Vang, I believe that that is why Elijah is missing. He did not walk out the house in the middle of the night, especially in front of no psycho that, oop, I don't know if I can say that. Forgive me for saying that word. I don't know if I can say that or not. But especially not in front of no crazy person that is giving him ice baths and all types of wildness. Like, he would not dare disobey that man because he is darn near torturing his child. So for no reason. Because Elijah is not a bad boy at all. So anyway, he did not make no trouble. He ain't knocked nothing over. He was just in the mirror, swaying side to side with his little juice box. And then he said what he said, which was repeating. And I believe he brought it to me because he don't really understand what he did or like did to deserve what happened. but all he know is that he gonna try to relay to me what happened, and that's what he did, and that's what I believe happened. That when he said that in front of the man took Elijah's life, and I believe he did so by manual, Strangulation. It's the same way that Gabby died, and I believe that man Vang did that. And that's how I feel about this. I don't think I have anything else that I need to say about him. Let me see. Because he heard him repeat that. Right. I think he did that because he heard Elijah repeat that. I truly do. So, with that being said, I believe that concludes this live. I just wanted to come to everyone and give my intuition and my opinion about some stuff. I think I said everything. Let me just skim over this last intuition part. Yeah. I said that, but she knew. Okay, yeah, because I said the part about the baby told one of his future victims before she knew she was going to be his victim. I think she thought she was just chilling. And you know what's even wilder? I think he used Elijah to bait women in because women love kids. We be like, oh my God, he's so cute and all that. And I believe he used Elijah being with him to bait women in. And one of the women that was there who was unaware of what was about to happen to her, um, Elijah happened to say something that he said that Vang had said to one of his other victims, but he didn't know Elijah heard him say this. And Elijah repeated it in front of the woman. And the woman said, what did you say? It didn't make sense why a little boy would be saying that. But it's because he repeated what Vang said to the person he was about to take the life of. Okay, so that's it, and that's all when it comes to this. I just wanted to share my spiritual dreams and what has happened and what happened to me last night, what I dreamt about, how these two beautiful babies came to me from the light, and um sadly to say about the girl. Oh, and another thing about the girl, I wish I knew her name, but I don't. But I hope I do find out her name, and I hope I do find out who she is. But even all I said about um, her mom stopped the day she went missing. When she found out her daughter was missing, she left all them drugs to the side. She done been searching like a wild woman, trying to find her. But I'm so sad to say it's too little too late. Too little too late. So um that's all I gotta say when it comes to that. Thank you for everyone who stopped by, spend a little time here. I appreciate it. Um if you would like to, I forgot about my ticker. If you would like to give to the platform, the Cash App is now scrolling across the bottom. I'm not going to list the PayPal. If you would like to contact me, I also have my email listed in the description box. Thank you for everyone who pulled up. I appreciate your time, energy, and all that good stuff. Please like, sub, hit that notification bell. All right. Thank you. I love y'all. Mwah. Peace.